Hello flatties and globe defenders, it's Critical Thing from Down Under. Today we're going to look at a video that shows the Isle of Man is visible from Southport in the UK. And a lot of flatties would like to believe that this is solid evidence that the Earth is indeed flat. But I'm not so sure about that. Let's have a look at this video and do some analysis on it, shall we? The video has been mirrored by at least 5 Flat Earth channels, so clearly they think this video makes an airtight case for a flat Earth. In reality, like all these See-Too-Far videos, it supports the globe model rather than making a case for a flat Earth. Here are the assumptions and claims of this video. The author uses the assumption that the Earth is a sphere of radius 6371 kilometers and that light travels in straight lines to arrive at the conclusion that on a globe, the Isle of Man should be 676 feet below the horizon. Note that he uses the curve calculator and Google Earth to make these calculations, both tools brought to you by the same people that know the Earth is a sphere. I think it's highly amusing that flatties don't have their own calculators and maps, so they use ours. And this is a good demonstration of the consequence of using tools you don't understand. This calculation would be okay if the Earth didn't have an atmosphere. But because there is an atmosphere, and consequently the bending of light around the curve, the use of this calculator is invalid. So we start by verifying observer position and height, and I've had a bit of help from my fellow Wolfpack member Ruhif with this video. He was looking at this video and we talked about it, and in the process I did quite a bit of analysis and we came to the agreement that it would be okay for me to produce this video. Ruhif loves looking at these types of videos and he does some excellent forensic work on See-Too-Far videos. He has a good record in debunking them, and you can see many flat earth claims surgically taken apart on his channel. After spending several hours trying to match the landmarks to this picture, I realised that this isn't the War Memorial obelisk at all. It is in fact the Marineway Bridge to the right there. After changing that landmark, everything fell into place fairly nicely. Now, because it's low tide, we've estimated the observer height at 18 metres. And by matching to the correct landmarks, the observer location is verified as being within a couple of metres of the stated location. The video in question also contains an observation to the north to Blackpool. Notice how the mountains in the background are about halfway up the tower. There are some easily identified landmarks there, the big one, the ice blast, and of course the Blackpool Tower. Similar to the other observation, we can render to the globe model with 7/6R. And look at that, this matches very well. And we'll overlay the images and compare, and you can see that's pretty good. Now we render to the flat Earth model, and you can see those mountains in the distance are now way too high. They're over the top of the tower compared to the photographic image, and this becomes obvious that something is rotten in the region of Blackpool. Now let's take a look at the rendered models of this observation. First, the flat Earth model. Notice how this looks nothing like the observation that I've just shown you. Now the mountains of the Isle of Man would be much higher than the gas platforms, and this observation does not support a flat Earth at all. And if you've mirrored this video, you are supporting the globe. Next, we have the render of globe with no refraction. And you can see, yes, the Isle of Man is over the curve and you won't see it. The interesting thing to note here is, as I have noted before, the difference in the globe model with no refraction is only 960 feet, which means it is 960 feet lower than what we can observe in that video. But the difference in the flat Earth model is 1750 feet. So in the flat Earth model, it should be 1750 feet higher than observed. So what can you say? There's 2 times the difference in height of a flat Earth and a globe. So the globe's closer. Now we put in render with standard refraction, and the Isle of Man is still not visible. And we know that there's an extreme level of compression observed, so refraction is much more than would be present on a normal day. So if it was a normal day, there would be a claim of limit of sight, or angular resolution limit, or some such pseudoscience by the flatties. Yet isn't it strange that when you see the Isle of Man, as in this video, suddenly there's no such limit of sight, there's no angular resolution limit or some such. The explanation is the Earth is flat. And we increase the refraction K factor for a render. We don't get an image that matches the observation. And the gas platforms are still submerged. And this is because in this particular model that Ruev has built, it does not do the variable refraction that would result in compression.